actually admitting to that.
Oh, what's happened here? Someone has gone off at big speed.
Boy, I don't even see the car, but look at the skid marks off into there.
Oh, that is nasty.
No idea what this is, but that is a very weird place to be going off.
That is at Indianapolis.
That's extremely fast. There's the car.
It's a Ferrari.
Might not be as bad as we thought. I mean, there's a lot of skid marks going there.
Was it Fisichella? Yes, it's Giencarlo Fisichella. Has gone off at Indianapolis.
Oh, he's all locked down right here on the brake.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, you know, that's almost like a stuck throttle. You see the rear wheels digging in, and the front tires completely stopped. So he's got his foot on the brake as hard as he can, but the rear tire is still rolling. So either we have a rear brake failure and or a stuck throttle, more like a stuck throttle pushing that Ferrari forward.
The front of the Ferrari 430s are quite vulnerable, quite susceptible to damage. However, considering the speed that he was traveling at, he has got away pretty well. He'll bring that car to pit road for evaluation.
Wow, look at that.
However, this is the second place car in GT2. It takes the pressure off the lead Porsche, and it can elevate Alan Simonson and that Hankook Team Farnbacher Ferrari into that second place.
Yeah, we're going to find out something mechanical on that car, because he had it full and well locked up, but the rear tires were not stopping. They were going right at it.
Giancarlo Fisichella was only on about his third or fourth lap after taking over from John Lacey, and that was a hairy, scary ride.
Particularly there, I mean, he went right off that escape road down the end there. And it looked to me like, you know, that he had gone into an area you didn't want to get to.
This is the car that American Lee Keen is part of, along with Germany's Dominik Farnbacher and Alan Simonson.
They've been doing a great job with Hankook tire. Watch this, and I think we'll get the Ferrari ready to come in. I didn't see any fluids leaking. You're right, it's vulnerable. The front end of that car is quite vulnerable, but...
Well, the rads are tucked away in either corner. They've got quite odd-shaped radiators on these Ferrari 430s, and they're tucked into either corner there. The AF Corsa boys are standing by. We can see that, and they will be diving on the front of this car to evaluate. They'll push it into the garage so they can get all the hands they need on it. But that was a tremendously lucky escape for Giancarlo Fisichella.
And like I said before, it has all the indications of a mechanical failure of some sort when you see one do that.
Jamie's standing by. Take it away.
Getting blown out by the radio communication from the number 95 car, but I believe you threw it to me. They do have the car going to put fuel in it on pit lane, but they have the skates out ready to push it back into the garage just to evaluate. As you can see, there is a lot of front end damage on this car. Crew's going to have some work to get done, and the number 89 machine, as you guys mentioned, nipping at their heels, but the crew is ready. They got everything prepped just so that they can evaluate it, and I'll let you know as soon as I find out what's wrong.
Yeah, it looks mostly cosmetic when you look at it from that standpoint. Look at it, did not get into the front tires, front wheels, but what is so astounding when we looked at that wreck is that the front tires and front brakes were completely locked up solid, and the rears were not.
Here we go, time to get it into the box and take a closer look at that front end. And Fisichella and the AF Corsa team are now just watching time go by, and we'll shortly see Alan Simonson, the Dane, and the 97 Hankook Farnbacher Ferrari go by and take that second place away. Boy, look at those front tires, just absolutely torched.
You know, and they didn't blow out, but they were down to that. You saw the cord hanging out of them. He truly well had that locked up for a long time, Lee, and that is kind of reminiscent of what happens if you got a full-on stuck throttle. See the gloves that they're preparing to put on their hands are carbon fiber and Kevlar gloves. So you can actually grab that hot rotor with them without getting burned. Watch when hold it for long.
Watch when the front comes off here. You'll be able to see whether there's any damage to the radiators on either side. And the team just have that very tricky job of being able to unhook the latches and get that carbon fiber away.
I'm sure those radiators are repositioned, but they held. That's the amazing thing. Crisis management, that's what I said at the beginning of the show. Keys to the race. Who can take care of these crisis things in the most appropriate manner? Certainly, the Corvette boys did what they had to do. They showed us.
Here we go. Now we're getting a better look at it.
Rides look good. Just that one. Pretty wrinkled across the front.
Alan Simonson is down on the back part of the circuit, heading towards Indianapolis, where Giancarlo Fisichella ran off track. He is on the same lap as this Italian AF Corsa team. So in half a lap time, the Hankook Farnbacher car will be elevated to second in class. Unfortunately for Ollie Gavin, it's all over for 2010.
Using that car.
This was one wild ride for former F1 driver Giancarlo Fisichella off at Indianapolis, but he chose the runoff area perfectly and was able to arrest the car, get it out, and get it back to pit road. And this is not what we wanted to see. The Highcroft car you saw push back into the garage. Meanwhile, the AF Corsa Ferrari team go to work on Fisichella's car with a bit of good old hammer work.
They're going to need a hammer. Look at that thing.
They have been overtaken for second, but this AF Corsa Ferrari does have a lap and a half over Marco Holzer in the BMS Scuderia Porsche for third. It depends on how lengthy this fix will be, if they can try and hold on and salvage that third place. Jamie, do you have more?
Yes, I actually have Giancarlo. Giancarlo, you're watching the crew as they get to work. What happened?
I had a brake failure. In high-speed corners, I was on my pace. Everything was under control, and unfortunately, I had a brake failure. And I don't know how I did to manage the big crash. I just had a, let's say, small crash for considering what happened. So we tried to repair the car, to build the car again, and going back as soon as possible.